In our previous video, we've explored whether China is investable, given the different investment horizon that you may have. In this video, I want to explore the topic of whether China as a country is losing its competitive advantage as a world's manufacturing hub and its implication to us as investors. So let's talk about it. China, the world's manufacturing hub. Now, the rise of China as a global manufacturing hub can be attributed to attractive low cost for labor, the country's enormous scale of operation, and raw materials ecosystem. That said, as China progresses from a developing to a developed country, it is to no one's surprise that as a country, China is losing its competitive edge, which primarily revolves around costs. Now, a quick look at the GDP per capita within the Southeast Asia region will highlight the fact that China, as a country, is no longer cost competitive as compared to other emerging countries within Asia itself. Now, couple that with global macro events that are destructive against China's favor, mainly the deteriorating relationship between China and US, as well as the impact of the pandemic, most businesses would think twice before settling their manufacturing operations in China. As a result, more and more concerns are surfacing with a common theme of questioning whether or not China is still the main factory of the world. Now, the rising cost of manufacturing in China, coupled with the increase in uncertainty and political risk, had severely impacted China's attractiveness as a manufacturing hub. The future of China's manufacturing industry. That said, does that mean that it's game over for China's manufacturing industry? The answer is no, right? Just as what the US and Europe had experienced in the past, China's natural progression would mean that its manufacturing industry will slowly move up the value chain, that is more profitable and less labor intensive. Also, even though China has lost its competitive advantage in the area of cost, it is actually still quite difficult for businesses to completely move away from China, given its one-stop shop capabilities, which is something that is still quite irreplaceable at this current stage. Now, what I think is going to happen to China's manufacturing industry is that it is definitely going to shrink in terms of the sheer volume of production, but the value of the production itself will increase as China moves up the value chain. Right? I think COVID had accelerated this progress as it has pushed businesses who are looking for low cost and high labor intensive manufacturing away from China, given the rising costs and higher political risk as we've seen from the US-China trade war and the COVID-0 policies. Now, at the same time, it may have attracted businesses who are looking for higher-end manufacturing, which often relies heavily on automation. Now, a good example of these businesses who established their manufacturing in China for this very purpose is Tesla. Implication to us as investors. Now, as investors, China's progression presents a unique opportunity for its surrounding countries, as a labor-intensive and low-cost manufacturing will probably flow to its neighboring countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, etc., which was already an ongoing trend prior to the pandemic. Now, companies who are attempting to avoid setting operations in China due to the political risk will also be more likely to set up their operations near China due to the one-stop shop capabilities that China has to offer. This is because by settling their operations near China, they are mitigating risks such as tariffs and embargoes that is targeted at China, while being able to tap into China's one-stop shop capabilities to help accelerate their manufacturing lead time. Now, if you are invested in China, you might want to be careful as to how this transition may play out and how it will implicate your investments in the short run. However, if you are invested in the Asia region, this move alone will not be all too bad, as it distributes the pie more equally across the developing countries within Asia, which will help accelerate the region's growth. Now, personally, I do not have any direct investments in China, as my investment hypothesis revolves around Asia's regional growth, which is one that is more broadly diversified and have a higher probability of materializing as compared to individual country or sectorial bets. Now, if you don't know how to get started with your investments, or if you do not have the time to manage your investments, you can check out what I do on my website to see how you can benefit from my investment planning services and reach out to me directly. Subscribe to this channel or follow me on Instagram to receive a 1-minute daily market updates and stay updated with the weekly upload. Stay safe, and I hope to hear from you soon.